Yeah. Recording. Yes. Good evening, friends. Some technical issue. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Um, so let us start this Group 1 Accounting Standards revision. That is part 1. And part 2 will start at 7:30 to 9. Totally 3 hours today. And tomorrow also same timings. Another 3 hours. 6 hours of total time. We are going to complete all accounting standards comfortably. Almost every important point is going to be revised by me. Okay, yes, please participate by messaging, right? And be active. Whatever whatever the small question, if I ask yes, no, whatever it is, right, wrong, just doesn't matter. Just please start answering. That helps you, and actually it builds your confidence. And even if you don't know, you are not writing right now, right, examination, still there is a time. So within that time you will be able to obviously learn it. Correct, na? Right. So that is what. Next, before starting, see, this accounting standards, as you know, from group 1, minimum 24 marks approximately in group 1 accounts paper it will be there. How many marks? 24 marks minimum, right? So 24 to 28 marks it can come. So it's not small number of marks. 24 marks means it is 25% almost, correct? Now 24% of marks are from accounting standards. These 6 hours of class, right, I can ensure that you will be 100% comfortable with the subject. Fine. Again, group 2 revision also is happening, but that is not through YouTube, that is through special classes. Yeah, that link also it will be available. It's already available in yes, it is available. If you go to um, an academy channel, correct, right, under special classes, if you see, you will find the links, right? Right. And again, so listen carefully, participate, try to understand. If you don't understand, please let me know what is your question. I'll try to explain what is possible in the class, right? And try to grab the 24 out of minimum 20 marks out of 24 to 25 marks. You are supposed to get it. Okay, that is what our target. Yes, we will be able to achieve it. Without doubt, we will be able to achieve it. Yes. So yeah, before getting into the subject, yes, there is a small announcement information as usual. Okay, CA Iconic program. This is for the purpose of CA Intermediate. Only for the CA Intermediate student. An academy has introduced this. Okay, yeah, there are in this Iconic program you will get number of premium services. Actually speaking, one is mentoring. Okay, personal mentoring, personal coaching, right? So for every student who has taken up this program, they're going to appoint one mentor. That person will be in touch, correct? Now whichever the subject you don't understand, etc., correct, now whatever the doubts you have, he will be able to clarify you. Or if he is not able to do, then he will connect to the respective teacher. He will ensure that you are clear with the subject and doubts, correct? So separate doubt solving session, that's which I told you, for this Iconic program students, right? And evaluated test series. Yeah, this is very much useful to the students, correct? So once you write they will send the test paper to you. You will be writing and sending the soft copy to them, and they will be correcting your paper. They will come out with the solution. After correction, they will come out with the suggestions. Where are you lacking? Where you should improve yourself. Such kind of things will come out. That's surely it will be helpful to you. And if you are a plus course student, then you will not get the printed copy of books, obviously, right? So you will get printed copy of books with this Iconic program, right? And industry expert session. In one of the sessions, there will be one industry expert. They will bring that person will speak to you, and he will explain what is the his experiences he will share. That is all one good thing, right? So these are all the benefits are there in this live, Iconic program. This is about live mentoring, Iconic, correct? Yes, experienced personalized learning like never before with our seasoned mentors and doubt solvers. Yeah, separate set of team will help you actually. Everybody, it's actually, this is what really important for a student. Yeah, generally students learn, but they don't know, how to plan. That all generally that will be the a drawback for the student. That if this mentoring is good, then obviously it will be very much helpful, correct? Many times we'll also feel, no, if someone is there to guide me something, then that's good, obviously, isn't it? Yeah, evaluated test paper series for every subject. 3 tests will be conducted. One is once we finish 40% of the syllabus, right? That time one test. And once we finish 80% of the syllabus, again one more test. Once we finish 100% of the syllabus, one more test. For every subject, three test. It will be evaluated, and the points will be discussed with you. They will give you suggestions, right? They will point out your drawbacks, where are you losing marks, and etc. Correct? Now that seriously it will be helpful to you. And subscription, yes, if you take 1 year subscription, the rates are here like this. And Yashas Live, the code, please use the code YESHASLIVE. That will get you some 10% discount, right? Yes, this is applicable for CA Inter, right? At the same time, combo, that is CA Foundation plus CA Inter, also same offer is available. Code will be same, YESHASLIVE live, right? Who are correct now? Suppose generally, this foundation will be for some number of months. 4 months will be more than sufficient, and 6-7 months will be sufficient for 6-7 months will be sufficient for CA Inter. Yeah, you can take one combo offer, Inter plus CA Foundation. That will be very much useful, right? Hello, my dear. Let us get into. Yes, this is right. I don't teach everything from the text. I'll be writing it, and we will complete it. Yeah, as you know, just a second. This is from my textbook, which you are all aware of it. Accounting Standards Made Easy. Correct. Yeah. Group 1. These are all the topics which are, standards which are there in Group 1. Yeah. Accounting Standard 1, which is very small, hardly 10-15 minutes. That would be sufficient. We'll complete it now. Today we'll be completing. Right. Accounting Standard 2 also important one. We'll finish it off today. Standard 3 also a small one, not major. Correct na? We'll complete it. Right. Maybe I will go to Accounting Standard 12. Right. If time permits, I'll come to Accounting Standard 10. Today only I will try to come to Accounting Standard 10 because it takes good amount of time. Yeah. Minimum one session of 1.5 hours approximately. If I can spend on this, then I can do some justice to that standard. Okay, yeah, rest of the standards, obviously AS 13 you must have done it. AS 13 I will do very rough kind of thing, right? Because you must have already solved so many sums separately for that, correct? Isn't it? You have a separate chapter, right? So that is the reason. Yes, obviously AS 12, AS 16, everything is going to be covered in this 6 hours of session. That would be, I feel that would be more than sufficient to us. Okay, my dear. Yeah, this is what our plan. Chalo. Let's go to, this material is not a 12th edition, this is a 14th edition material, 14th edition. Yeah, but anyhow, I don't show you all the points of, right? Yeah, so chalo my dear, let us start with, right, Accounting Standard 1. Right, Accounting Standard 1, disclosure of accounting policies, correct na? Disclosure of accounting policies. Yeah, let us have a quick revision because it is not a major standard, but they will ask sometimes suddenly 4 marks, 5 marks question will come out. Yeah, that's what. Right, some 7-8 marks question also, 8 marks question also they have asked 2 times. That is based on the point of going concern. Okay, it's a sum, but if you understand the concept of it, you will be able to complete it. You will be able to, write 100% of it. See, concept if you know correctly, you will be able to attempt 100% and you will be able to get good marks. Actually, number of students, they don't write perfectly for accounting standards. They write all other subjects perfectly. Other chapters they will do correctly. But when it comes to accounting standards, they don't do that great job. Fine. So if you can show your edge here, you will be able to score 10%. It means 24 out of 24 you will be able to score. Try to use this opportunity. That is what I would like to tell you. Okay, my dear? Yes. Yep. Huh. So standards, accounting policies. So where is the disclosures are? Yeah, obviously disclosure will be in the notes to financial statements. What is a policy? What is a policy, my dear? What is a policy? Policies are principles. Correct? Na? These are all the principles or methods. Yeah, principles are methods which are adopted by the management. Which are adopted. Right. Principles are method which are adopted by the management for the preparation presentation of financial statements. Yeah. Adoption means what, sir? Adoption means selection, sir. Okay. How do they select, sir? Yes. How do they select? They have broad guidelines. Yes. They have given some guidelines. You can say guidelines. You can say considerations. Okay. They have given broad guidelines. You can say considerations. What are the considerations, sir? Considerations are two considerations, my dear. One is called primary considerations. Correct? Now, tell me what is primary, what is secondary consideration. Secondary considerations. Do you know what are all secondary consideration? Yes, you can refer 12th edition also. Yes, that is sufficient for the time being. Yes, because now you cannot change it, my dear. Don't try to change just before examination any textbook. That is very dangerous to you. Continue with it. Fine. Yeah. So primary consideration is what? When you are selecting a policy, that should give true and fair view. Correct? Na? What is the point here? It should give true and fair view to the financial statements. Whatever the accounting policy you want to select it, but that should reflect true and fair view of the financial position, financial performance. Right. What are all the secondary considerations, my dear? Yes, people have started answering. Only one person answered. First one is, can you say prudence? Perfect. Right. Second one answered substance over form. Correct? Na? Substance over form. And the last one is materiality. Correct. The last one is materiality. Excellent. So prudence. What do you mean by prudence, my dear? Prudence means wisdom. Okay, prudence means wisdom. Excellent. Yeah. Prudence is equal to wisdom. Wisdom, or what do you say? Knowledge. Correct? Na? Knowledge. Right. What do you mean by prudence, sir? Why did he use the word knowledge? Knowledge word when you are selecting the accounting policy. What is the reason for using this terminology? What is the reason means? Very simple, ma. Correct? Na? What is he trying to say? My dear management, when you are selecting the accounting policy, apply your knowledge. Correct? Na? Right. So apply knowledge. Yeah, apply knowledge while selecting the accounting policies. Yes, while selecting accounting policies. Right. Yeah. That is what is the example? What is that? Conservatism. Someone said, yes, perfect, my dear. Conservatism. Yes, conservatism is, yeah, conservative. What do you mean by conservatism? Recognize the known losses. Correct? Recognize known losses, right? Known losses or even expected losses. Yeah, expected losses. Yeah, expected losses in the sense or any example? Yes, example. I can say provision for doubtful debts. Correct? Na? Can't I say that? Provision for doubtful debts. He has not yet become bad, but we estimate approximately these number of people may become bad. That amount we are going to make a provision right now. Got it? My point? Yeah. But do not recognize. Correct? Na? But do not recognize the income like that. Do not recognize income unless it is correct. Na? Unless it is realized. Yeah. Unless it is realized. So till the time it is realized confirmation, pakka I will be able to get it in terms of money. Correct? Na? Right. Till that time, please do not recognize it. What is substance over form? Right? Substance over form. Substance over form means what? Reality. Yes, reality. Reality over legality. Yes, reality over legality. What do you mean by reality over legality? Yes, the selected policy, correct? The selected policy, whatever the accounting policy you want to select it, that should reflect the reality of the transaction should be accounted for. The best example what I can say, the best example is equal to hire purchase, isn't it? So in case of hire purchase, correct na? In case of hire purchase, what is happening? In case of hire purchase, even though, correct na? In case of hire purchase, even though the ownership is with the vendor, hire vendor, correct na, it will be recognized by the hire purchaser. Why, sir? Why means, yes my dear, one basic thing which you know very well. Yeah, what is an asset? What is an asset? Asset is a resource which is controlled by the entity, correct na? Asset is a resource which is controlled by the entity. Yes, it is a resource which is controlled by the entity, I said. When I say it is controlled by the entity, in case of hire purchase, hire purchaser, yeah, hire purchaser will be, correct na? Hire purchaser will be having the control over the asset. Suppose we have given one car to hire purchaser, yeah, a car future economic benefits, car, by using the car, 100% benefit is going to come to hire purchaser, even though legally he is not the owner as of today. It just doesn't matter for him, just doesn't matter. Legal ownership is a formality here. That's why you have to look at the reality of the transaction, accordingly prescribe the accounting. Your accounting policy should, what is that? Whatever you follow accounting policy, that should reflect the reality over the legality. For example, one more point I'll say. If I say consignment sale, correct na? I will tell consignment sale. Is it consignment sales or sales, my dear? Just because the word is sale, is it sales? No, it is not sales. Why? Consignment sales means what exactly? You have just shifted the material from consignor to consignee. Location of the material is moving, but it is location of the material is going, but it is not actually a sale. That's what reality should be presented. That is what we are trying to tell you. Right? What about materiality, sir? Materiality means what? Materiality is an amount. Yes, it is an amount, or materiality is an information which, correct, it can be information even, means all material information, every amount also, right, which influence, correct, which influence the economic decisions, which influence the economic decisions of users. Economic decisions of users, economic decisions of the users are going to be should be influenced, should be, correct na? So that means every material information, every material item should be disclosed. That is what they mean by. Hope you understand. First one is primary, mean the policy what you select should give true and fair view. If it is not going to give true and fair view, then don't look at the secondary consideration, not necessary, right? Once you satisfy primary, then come to secondary. When you are picking, apply your knowledge, correct na? Your wisdom, degree of caution, right? Substance over form, right? What is substance over form? The policy what you pick should be reflecting the reality over the legality, right? And materiality, every material information, every material number supposed to be presented, supposed to be disclosed clearly in the financial statements. Okay, right. At the same time, when you, some important points, correct now, all policies at one place, correct now, all policies, all accounting policies at one place, right? That means it should not be scattered, it should not be scattered. Yes, I'll say you should not throw the policies at different places. It should be at one place. Yes. At the same time, what is the second point what we say? Yeah, disclosure is not a remedy, correct na? Disclosure is not a remedy. Yes, disclosure is not a remedy for wrong accounting. Disclosure is not remedy for wrong accounting, correct na? You did wrong accounting, say example, as per accounting standard 2, LIFO method is prohibited. No, you shouldn't follow LIFO method. You can follow either FIFO method or weighted average cost method. Correct. Yeah, sir, I will follow LIFO method, sir. I will disclose, sir. Right. Just because you say like you are doing mistake, and yeah, I did mistake like that. If you agree, so what will happen? Do you get any benefit? No benefit, nothing. Hope you understand. Right, that is not permitted. It is remedy. Remedy means it is not a solution. Correct, na? Doing mistake is punishable. Punishment will be there obviously for you. Just because your disclosure will not cover up your errors. Hope you have understood this. Yes, my dear. Correct, na? Next concept is what? Fundamental accounting policies. Fundamental accounting assumptions, not policies, accounting assumptions. Yes, very important. Fundamental accounting assumptions. Yes, how many are there, my dear? Can you tell me what all those? How many fundamental accounting assumptions? Fundamental accounting assumptions. There are 3 fundamental accounting assumptions. Agree? Yes, perfect. So what is the first one? What do you say? Right, going concern assumption. Yes, perfect. Going concern assumption. Yeah, next consistency. Yes, consistency, very good. And later that is accrual concept. Accrual concept. Perfect. Right. So when I say fundamental accounting assumption, yeah, these are all fundamentals, my dear. These are all basics. Correct, na? See, if I ask you, correct, na? You are at CA Inter. Correct, na? Don't you know? I mean, basic tables, plus, minus, additions, and all. Correct. That is basics, yeah. Fundamentals. You must have learned in 3rd class or 4th class only. Correct, na? If anyone asks, will you write that in resume? Sir, I know tables, sir. Right. That you don't need to disclose, my dear. But if you don't know tables, you should tell us. Right. But nowadays that is also not required. No, sir. We have calculator. Right. Fine. So fundamentals, na. Fundamentals, if followed. Yeah. What do I say? If it is followed. Yes, if followed, I mean, if it is there, no disclosure. Obviously, no disclosure is required, right? If not, if you don't have the fundamental assumptions, then you have to disclose it. You have to disclose. This will become must. Okay, when you do not follow, then it becomes must. When you are following, then there is no problem. Correct? Right. So, going concern. Yeah, what do you mean by going concern? Going concern in the sense, right? It is assumed. First of all, these are all assumptions. It is assumed that it is assumed that we will continue. Correct, na? We are not going to close our business. Correct, na? Not shut down our business. We will continue. Okay, we will continue for how long, sir? We will continue in the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future. Okay, we will continue in the foreseeable future. That is the basic assumption. Our business is going good, all are good. We'll assume that we are going to continue our business. Oh, excellent, sir. Okay, excellent. But foreseeable means how long, sir? What do you mean by foreseeable? Getting my point? What do you mean by foreseeable? Foreseeable future means, what do we say? Minimum 1 year. Yeah, minimum 1 year from which date, sir? Minimum 1 year from the balance sheet date. Okay. Is it said by this minimum 1 year concept? Is it said by accounting standard? Accounting standard is silent on this actually. Okay, it is said by IAS 1, I mean Ind AS 1, I can say. Ind AS, which you studied in final. Ind AS is nothing but IFRS. Yes, it is nothing but IFRS, my dear. Right. So it's part of IFRS. That is the reason. I mean, Ind AS 1 made it very clear. You can take it from there. No problem. So minimum 1 year you are supposed to, minimum 1 year means you stand on balance sheet date and say next 1 year tak I will be there. My company is going to be there. Correct? My business is going to be there. Then I say there is a going concern assumption. Yeah, what is this? This is an assessment. What is this, my dear? This is assessment. It is an assessment by whom, sir? Management should do this job. Management should do this job. Agree? Management should assess it. Auditor will check it. Yeah, whether this assessment is okay, not okay. Which is the standard number? I don't remember 100%, but I think it is 560. SA 560 mein auditor will check it. Management will do under as per accounting standard 1. Okay. Sir, if there is no going concern, correct? Going concern assumption. Yes, going concern assumption, does it exist? Question mark. Yeah, whether going concern assumption, does it exist? Yeah, for this question, Yeah, if you say, sir, yes sir, we have going concern assumption, we are very sure we will continue our business. Excellent, my dear, why not continue? Correct na? Right, then you, what do you follow? We will follow historical cost accounting. Historical cost, yeah, whatever you are following so far is historical cost only. Continue the same method. Sir, no sir, I don't have going concern assumption, I don't have going concern assumption. Oh, is it? Then you have to measure. Yes, you have to measure your assets. Yeah, assets and liabilities both, not just assets only, assets and liabilities at NRV. Excellent, NRV or liquidation basis. Yes, NRV or liquidation basis may you are supposed to do it. Okay, sir. NRV in the sense what, sir? See, this is my balance sheet, sir. Okay, there is a PPE. Yeah, the book value in the books may 1,000 rupees is there, but NRV of it is equal to, if I sell it right now, 800 rupees only will come to me. Oh, is it? Then I should delete it. I should write 800 rupees. That means, are you reducing PPE? Yes. So there is a correct now because of this. Correct now. Then again, land you say. Land is equal to 2,000 rupees is there, sir. NRV is equal to 8,000 rupees NRV. Correct now. That means here minus 200 rupees is there. Here positive 6,000 rupees is there. Yes. Whatever the gain, whatever the loss that comes out, that should be transferred to P&L immediately. P&L immediately. You should transfer it. And I hope you understood. Yeah, what do you record first? First one, P&L account debit to PPE, that is equal to 200. Yes. And with respect to land also, what do you record? Land account debit. Land account debit 6,000 rupees to profit and loss, that is also 6,000 rupees. Gain or loss, both you transfer it to profit and loss. Gain or loss, both you transfer it to profit and loss. Okay, immediately. Based on this, my dear, 8 marks question has been asked 2 times in the examination. Okay, concept is this only, nothing. If you don't have going concern assumption, remember you have to measure your assets and liabilities at NRV or liquidation basis. Okay, and any gain or loss in this measurement, that should be transferred to profit and loss statement. Okay na? Right. Chalo, let us go to consistency. And in the consistency means what? Previous correct. It is assumed that previous policies are continued. Previous policies are continued in the current year. That is assumption. We are assuming that previous year may whatever the policies I have followed, we have continued the same policies right now. Okay na? Okay, sir. Excellent. Now, previous year policies, if you have continue, correct, does it mean that we can't change policy? No, sir, we can change. Correct, now we can change policy. Under how many circumstances we can change? How many circumstances may we can change? Excellent. 3 circumstances may we can change. Yeah, first one is change in the law. Correct, na? If there is a law. Correct, na? Right, very good. Next, if there is a change in the accounting standard, right? And the last one is for better presentation. Yes, for the better presentation, you can change it. Excellent, my dear. Right, sir, I will change it, sir. Fine. What are you supposed to do? Yeah. What are you supposed to do? You have to disclose, my dear. You have to disclose. How many points may come out? How many points disclosure will come out? 5 points will come as a disclosure. 5 disclosures will be required. Yeah, what is that? What is changed? What is changed means which policy changed? Yeah, that is, sir, FIFO to LIFO changed. You should tell that. Next, second one. What is the reason for such a change? Why you changed? Is it because of which of the reasons is that? Next, what is the financial effect? Correct, na? What is the financial effect? Because you changed, assets gone up, liabilities went down, something, whatever, profit has gone up, you have to mention that. Yeah, fourth one is if third point, if financial effect cannot be determined. Yeah, if you right, financial effect is there, sir, but I don't know how much it is, I can't calculate it. Oh, is it? Rarely possible, not regularly possible. Okay, if I cannot measure it, you understood my point? If you yeah, if you cannot measure it, disclose the fact. You are supposed to disclose the fact of it, right? Fifth one, what is the fifth one? Yeah, fifth one, what are you, so what is that? Say current year no impact because of the change. Current year no impact, but next year, are you getting my point? Next year there is a major impact. Then next year there is a major impact. Then disclose this also. You should tell very clearly, sir, current year में change हो गया, correct ना, but still I don't have a big impact in the current year. Correct ना, there is a big impact in the future. That you are supposed to tell very clearly. Accrual means, all of you know, my dear, correct na? Accrual means what? Record it. Record it when transaction takes place. Correct na? When transaction takes place. Yeah. Irrespective of cash flow. Yes, cash flow is not irrespective of cash flow. Yes, hope you understood. Cash flow is not important to us, irrespective of the cash flow. Transaction took place. Yes, sir. Occurred. Okay, excellent. Then you please, correct na? You please go ahead. Right? Hope you understand. That is what the matter here. Yes. That's it, my dear. We have covered all important points of accounting standard. Accounting standard 1. That is complete. Fine. Now, let us go to accounting standard 2. Inventory valuation. Inventory. That is inventory valuation basically. Yes. Inventory valuation. Yes, my dear. Shall we start? Inventory. How do you measure the inventory? Correct na? Right. See, inventory, we need to have a standard. Obviously, it has double impact. Why? Why means this is directly having an impact on the profit. Correct na? Because closing stock valuation, closing stock is overvalued, profit will be more. Closing stock is undervalued, profit is less. So it has an impact on the profit, and it has an impact on the assets. Correct na? Assets, that is the net worth of the company. Yes. So double impact is there. That's the reason we need to have one separate. Yeah, that's why they kept the standard first. I mean, after the disclosure of accounting policies, immediately not PPE, first only accounting standard 2, which has to be standardized how to measure it. Yes. As you know, how do you correct na? What is inventory first of all? What is inventory, sir? Yeah, what is inventory? Definition based questions also asked, but it is not recently asked. Long ago they asked. Okay, what do you say inventory? Sir, inventory is an asset. Okay, inventory is an asset, sir, which is held for. Okay, which is held for sale. Held for sale in the ordinary course of business. Yeah, it is an asset which is held for sale in the ordinary course of business. Because my business is buy, sell, and make a profit. That is my routine business. Okay, excellent. Next, is that only selling? Correct. Then that time what you will say? I will say FG. FG is the item which is meant for sale. Excellent, sir. Which is held for what? Which is held for consuming. Correct. Which is held for consumption. Consumption in the process of production. In the process. Yeah, in the process of production. It is held for consumption in the process of production. When I am producing, the material is going to be consumed. Correct now. For such a sale. Which sale are you mean by? Which sale? In the sense, sale in the ordinary course of business. That is what? The sale. Hope you understand. Correct. So consumption in the process of production for such a sale. Yeah, example. What is example, sir? Yes, example is your raw material. Correct na? Your raw material WIP aren't is going to be consumed. Yes, that is what is going to be consumed. Which next? Which are used in the process of production. Which are used in the process of production. Correct na? Yeah, which is used in the process of production. Yes. Yeah, which ones are? Suppose stores, spares. Correct na? Spares. These things, loose tools. Right? These things we don't consume it, but we will be using it. Isn't it? We will use it in the process of production. And with the help of this, we are going to manufacture the goods. Hope you understand. Yeah, this is the basic definition. Yeah, sir, inventory, how do you value? We'll value the inventory either at cost or NRV, net realizable value, whichever is lower. Correct. This I will say topic number 1, this I will say topic number 2, whichever is lower, there is a small point, that is topic number 3. Okay, yes. So topic number 1, correct. Topic number 1, what do you mean by cost? Very simple. Cost means what? Right, in your costing, you have learned one point, cogs. Correct. Cost means cogs, correctly speaking. Cost means cogs, COGS, cost of goods sold. That is only we use the word cost. Yeah, a cost of into 3 types. Correct. 3 different costs are going to be considered. What is the one? First one we say, first one is equal to what we say, cost of purchase. Okay, cost of purchase. Yeah, cost of conversion. Okay, cost of conversion. Yeah, next we say other costs. Next we say other costs. Okay, right. What is cost of purchase? All the material items what you buy, na, that cost only. That's it. Very simple. Means what all it will be, sir? What all it will be? Correct. Na, that is the basic price. Yeah, you are purchasing material. Correct. Na? What is that store? What is that transportation cost? Transport. Correct. Na? Transportation cost. If you have paid brokerage or commission, right, then what do you say? Non-refundable taxes. Yes, non-refundable taxes, yeah, are going to be part and parcel, right, plus all other costs, directly attributable, all other costs directly attributable, getting my point? Yep, all these costs which are directly attributable, right, minus if there is any discount. Correct. Na? Minus any discount, minus any rebate, such things we will cut it. Cost means, in simple words, cost means what we lost. Correct. Now what you lost? Yeah, I paid tax, sir. I can't take input credit, sir. Then it is cost. Yeah, I paid taxes, sir. I can get back my money, sir, back. Oh, is it? If you can get back, then there's nothing like that. Yes, then this is the cost of material. Cost of material what you have bought. Correct. Next, cost of conversion. Yeah, whatever the material you bought it here, that cannot be converted just like that. Correct. Now you have to put efforts. What are you supposed to do, sir? What are you supposed to do? Labor is required. Labor is required very much. Correct. Now, and overheads are also supposed to be incurred. What is overheads, sir? You overheads, what we will do? We will say variable overhead. We will say fixed overhead. Correct. Now, variable overhead, fixed overhead, both are required. Done. Labor is also obviously variable, no, my dear friend. Yes, variable, that is also variable. Yeah, before going there, right, there is, let's understand one small point. Yeah, there is actual capacity. There is one word called actual capacity, and there is another word called normal capacity. Actual capacity, normal capacity. Got it? Yeah, actual capacity, normal capacity. What is actual capacity? Actual capacity means actual production, that's all. Actual production, how many number of units produced, number of units you produced actually. Normal capacity means normally how much, correct, under the normal circumstances may, correct, under normal circumstances may, how many units, correct, how many units you will be able to produce. That is what normal capacity we say. Got it? Yes. When I say variable, getting my point? Yeah, under variable, this one. Okay, how do I allocate, my dear? My overheads I am supposed to allocate. You allocate based on what? Per unit if you want to calculate. Correct, na? Labor cost divided by whatever you have spent money, divided by what are you supposed to do? Shall I apply variable? Shall I apply the actual capacity? Yeah, actual capacity or normal capacity? Shall I take which number I should take it? You should apply actual capacity. You should apply actual capacity if you want per unit cost. If you want per unit cost, if it is variable overhead or labor cost. Okay, if it is fixed, understand? Yeah, if it is fixed, sir, it is fixed, what should I do, sir? Yeah, this is like actual. Yeah, actual or normal, actual or normal, whichever is higher. You should take whichever is higher, my dear, not whichever is lower, not normal alone. It is always whichever is higher you are supposed to take it. Got my point? Right. The reason, say example, normal is equal to 15,000 units, correct? If actual is equal to 12,000 units, understood? Right. 3,000 units you couldn't produce, that is because of your efficiency, correct? Na efficiency, your waste of time, could be whatever it is. This may be an abnormal, this is something abnormal, you didn't use your time, correct? Na that cannot be charged on the asset, that should be charged to P&L. Okay, what should I do, sir? Best example, rent is equal to, sir, let us say rent is equal to, how much is it, sir? Rent is equal to 12 lakh rupees. Excellent. Actual capacity or normal capacity, whichever is higher, which is higher? 15,000 is higher, so then I should apply 15,000, correct? Yes. So 12 lakh divided by 15,000, that will come to how much, my dear? Yeah, this two, that is equal to 15 twos, that is equal to 80 rupees per unit will come. How much will come? 80 rupees per unit. How many units we produced? How many units produced? 12,000 units you produced, correct? Na? Right. Allocate it to 12,000 units, so into 80. Yeah, so into 80 if you do it, correct? Na? That is equal to 9,60,000, you will do it. But actually incurred how much? Actually incurred how much? 12 lakh rupees we have incurred, correct? So minus 12 lakh rupees, that E2 lakh for 2.4 lakh rupees, this will be automatically charged to P&L, because I can say it is your inefficiency, you are not able to produce it, you are not able to produce it. Remember, my dear. Okay, right? Remember, actual or normal, whichever is higher should be applied with respect to fixed overhead. Actual or normal, whichever is higher, that should be applied with respect to fixed overhead. Okay, right? Other costs means all other costs, to bring the inventory, to bring the inventory to the present location and condition, to the present location, to the present location and condition. Yes, all other costs to bring the inventory to the inventory, I want to bring it, the inventory, to the present location and condition. Yes, what all you spent? Yes, example. Example, what do you say? You must have done development, research and development, you must have heard it in group 2. Yeah, you developed some product, you spend some money, you have to amortize that. Amortization of development cost is supposed to be done. Yeah. Next, principal or what do you say? Primary packaging cost. Primary packaging. Yes, primary packaging. Primary packaging means, do you know? Yeah, see, suppose if you purchase one phone, first one phone you will get it in one box, you will get it. Agree? That is primary packaging. But how do they ship it? Suppose I am purchasing 100 phones. Okay, I have a shop. Right? How do they ship it to me? They will take one big cartoon box. Correct? Now, cartoon box they will keep some 20, 30. Again, another cartoon box 20, 30. Like that, they will put it and they'll send it to me. A big cartoon box is there, no? That is secondary package. That is not the primary package. A secondary package cost is selling and administration, selling and distribution cost. But it is not. Primary package included. Okay, primary package included. Okay, na? Secondary package cost, no. Secondary package cost should not be included. Correct, na? Next, quality department, quality check. Quality checking department will be there, na? Yeah, quality checking department cost is actually quality department people, they don't manufacture, they just check and they will give it, send it. That's all they'll do, isn't it? Yes, their cost also I am supposed to consider it, because their correct, once they say, then only item will be sold. Quality check, okay, correct. Now you must have seen okay sticker. That is done by the quality department. They checked it, they said yes, fine, is all fine, then you can go and sell it. Okay, right? Secondary package will not be included. I told you very clearly, secondary package will not be included in my textbook. That is one small error is there. Okay na? Primary package included, secondary package do not include it. Okay, right? Next, the cost does not include, cost does not include. Yes, my dear, cost does not include. What it does not include, sir? They have given 1 2 3 4 5. These costs should not be part of COST, cost of inventory. Oh, which ones are? Which one? First one, what do you say? General administration cost. Yeah, general administration cost. Yeah, see, these costs, whatever I am telling, na, this should be charged to P&L. That's all. This should be charged to profit and loss. This should be charged to profit and loss immediately whenever you spend. Correct? Next, second one, selling and distribution cost. Yeah, see, these two are incurred after it is ready. Correct na? These two are incurred, these two incurred after ready, materially ready. Then the administration, selling costs and all will take place. That is not a cost to produce the item. Correct? That's the reason we don't take it into account. Yes, sir. What about the third one? Third one, what do you say? Abnormal loss. Yes, abnormal loss. Nowhere will take abnormal loss. Even for the fixed asset you don't take, intangible asset you don't take, investment you don't take, inventory you don't take, nowhere it will take. Abnormal loss ka only place is P&L. That's all. Abnormal loss of what? Abnormal loss of it can be material. Correct na? Abnormal loss it can be material. Yes, abnormal loss it can be labor abnormal loss, it may be overhead abnormal loss, whatever it is, abnormal loss is abnormal loss. That's all. Next, storage cost. Storage cost. See, my dear, you keep it in godown so much of goods, either finished goods or raw material. It doesn't matter, ma. It is for both. Storage of raw material also, storage of FG also. No, it should go to P&L. Just because you store the goods in the godown, correct na? Does it increase any value to it? No, sir. Only factory building rent is there na, rent, because there you manufacture actually. That will be taken. Otherwise, no. Right? Unless there is some small exception. Yeah. What is the small exception? Yes. What is that? What is the small exception? If storage is the process, correct now? Storage is process of production. It is storage is the process of production. Yes. If the storage is the process of production, no, then please take it up. Then it should be added. Otherwise, generally storage cost should not be part and parcel of cost. Okay, my dear. Yeah. Fifth one is what? Borrowing costs. Yes, borrowing costs. Any finance cost. Correct na? But here, if inventory is what? Inventory is a QA as per accounting standard 16. Then you consider it. Then you add it. Correct na? Then you add it. Otherwise, no inventory. Correct na? If it is not a qualifying asset, then borrowing cost also should be charged to P&L. We will not add to the cost of inventory. We will not add to the cost of inventory. Got my point? Done. Very good. Next, what is that? Joint product, byproduct. One small concept is there. Joint product and byproduct. Yeah, joint product and byproduct. What do you say? Byproduct means what? See, what is joint, what is by, sir? What is joint, what is by is based on the materiality, my dear friend. It is based on the materiality. Yeah. If it is immaterial, right? Is it material, if I ask? Is it material? Yeah, is it material? If you say yes, if you say no, yes. If you say yes, means this is joint product. If you say no, sir, it is not material, then it is byproduct. That's all. Okay. What is byproduct? Byproduct is a kind of waste. That's it. In simple words, waste. Yeah. So, do you show it as inventory? No, I don't show it as inventory. How can I show that? Wastage and all as an inventory. Correct? I don't show. Right. So, what should I do, sir? What should I do? A byproduct, what do you do, sir? We will measure it at NRV. Yeah, find out what is the NRV of it. Okay, and you will deduct it. Deduct from where, sir? Deduct from the total cost. Yeah, total cost. Okay, I'll cut it from the total cost. Remaining cost, remaining cost is for what, sir? For the joint product or for the main product, you can say. For the main product, you can say. Okay, I'll give you a small example. Okay, say example you spent 1,000. Okay, some process happened. Right. Say example like this, it became. There is an item A, item B, item C. The item C is nothing but byproduct, sir. Okay, excellent. Yeah, we sold it, sir. Okay, very nice. How much you got? I got 50 rupees, sir. Oh, is it? This is NRV. NRV is equal to 50 rupees. Fine, no problem. Then what should I do? What should I do? 1,000 minus 50 is equal to 950. E950, these two are joint products. Okay, na? E950 allocated to A and B. E950 you are supposed to allocate it to A and B. That's all you are supposed to do. That's all you are supposed to do with it. Hope you understood. Right. So A and B. Sir, A and B ko on what basis do you? Yes, you have to allocate. Yeah, you allocate 950 to A and B net cost. Right. Sir, I am allocating. Super, I will allocate. What is the basis for this, sir? What is the basis? Basis of allocation. Right. Basis of allocation, first basis what we say? Array, A and B, we have a selling price of A and B. Correct na? What do we say? In the ratio of, in the ratio of A and B. In the ratio of A and B. Okay na? A selling price is how much? B selling price is how much? Yes, that's all. On the ratio of A and B ratio, you can sell it. Suppose, sir, if A and B not sold, A and B is not sold in the market. Yeah, A and B are not getting sold, sir. Yeah, then what are you selling? Sir, A we are processing something and we are making A dash. B we are processing and we are making B dash. Oh, is it? Then what is the, what, are you spending some further processing cost? Yes, further processing cost we are spending. Oh, is it? Further processing cost you are spending, na? Then what do you say? A dash selling price minus further processing cost. Further processing cost. Yeah, is to B dash selling price minus further processing cost. E ratio may this is to that. That ratio may you are supposed to allocate it. This is second priority. Second priority in the sense, when do you go to second priority? When A is not there, then only you will go to, then first one is not there, then you will go to second one. Got it? Yeah. Sir, third one. Suppose if processing cost is immaterial, sir. If you say processing cost, I am telling, sir, that is hardly anything, sir. Okay, processing cost is equal to immaterial. Okay, yes, sir. Then what you do? A1 selling price, A dash selling price is to B dash selling price. That's all. Directly you take, because processing cost hardly anything you when you say, then why should I cut? Ignore it. Chalo chalega. Correct na? A dash selling price is to B dash selling price. May you just do allocation. Do allocation. Hope you understood. Fine. Right. Next topic is what? What is that next topic? What do you say? Cost formula. That is the word language used in the standard. Cost formula. E cost formula, what do they say? Correct na? First question. Whether inventory, what do you say? Interchangeable question. Is inventory, I can ask, is inventory interchangeable? Interchangeable in the sense what? If you say yes, if you say interchangeable means I am producing not one item. Suppose this is one water bottle, correct? Yeah. Suppose one bottle I sold it to you. You didn't like it. Okay, sorry, color not good. Okay, fine, give me the bottle. I'll get you another color. That's all. Blue I will give, orange I will give. So many colors are there. Whichever color you want, you take it. Okay, excellent, sir. When you have produced, that means what? If you say yes, interchangeable means production is taking place, correct? Now, huge production. Yeah, huge production is taking place. Yeah, if you say no, sir, it is not interchangeable. Interchangeable, not interchangeable means what? It is customized. It is customized product. As per your need, I am producing something. If it is customized product, you don't have a policy called FIFO, LIFO, such kind of concept does not comes into the picture. Got it? That does not come into the picture. Okay, then what is that we are supposed to follow? Specific identified, specific identification, specific identification cost. Yes, someone said job cost. Yes, that is also one good example. That is what customized means, job only. Specific identification, yeah, to get your job done, what all the costs I have incurred. Correct. Now one I will add, take up this I spent, this I spent, this I spent. I'll take a list of it. That is specific identification cost. That's it. Okay, if you say yes sir, it is produced in huge quantity. Correct. Now voluminous quantity we are producing. Oh, is it same item will produce? It is not because you ordered. Correct. Na? Soaps I am manufacturing. Just because you purchase I am manufacturing. No. I'll produce. You will buy. That's all. If you like this, you will buy. That's the reason. Then here what they say, either FIFO method or weighted average. Okay, na? FIFO method or weighted average cost method. Any one method you can pick. Yeah, any one method you can pick it, but not LIFO basis. No, LIFO gives me old rate. Last in, first out. First out means that is first consumed. Which came last, recently which came, that is getting consumed as per the LIFO method. Means what came long ago, that is there in the closing stock. That is what they meant by, which will lead to old valuation. Actually, which one? It will take to old valuation. Correct na? Yeah, old goods value will come into my inventory valuation. That's why it is prohibited. Next, sir, can we follow some methods called standard cost? Some methods called retail price method. Yeah, retail price method, something like that. There are some other methods are also available, sir. Can I follow these? Yes, you can follow, but this follow, na, you can follow, but you are supposed to review regularly. You are supposed to review regularly. You are supposed to review regularly. Getting my point? Regularly review. Yes, regularly review means what? Today I fixed something as a standard. Okay, one calculator. Sir, 70 I fixed it. Correct. Current year mein 70 standard cost makes sense. But next year also will it be again 70? It may be 75, it may be 65. Correct. And that's why standard is telling, are management, blindly don't take it yaar. Ek bar dekho yaar. Correct na? Does it make sense? Do not make sense? If really makes sense, no problem, my dear. If it does not make sense, sorry, you are not supposed to follow it. Sorry, you should not follow it. Hope you understood. That is the matter. Fine. Yeah, both the things you can follow. Retail price method means what do you do? MRP. Sir, MRP is equal to 100. Yes. Do you give any discount to the customer? Yes, sir. I will give discount, sir. How much will you give? 10% discount. Means 10 rupees. So 90. What is this? This is normal selling price. Okay. In 90 also, you are selling for 90 means in 90 also must be having some profit in it. Obviously, sir. Okay. What is your gross profit? The gross profit is 9 rupees is my gross profit. Okay. Gross profit is equal to gross profit margin. Gross profit margin. Margin. अरे selling price से profit cut किया तो automatically isn't it COGS, my dear? Correct na? Isn't it COGS? Yes, sir. COGS. COGS is equal to cost only, na? What else it is? Yes, obviously. Cost only we are trying. No, that's it. That is this is retail price method. May we will determine the cost in this simple fashion. That's all. Like this, you are supposed to do for all the materials. All the materials ke liye you are supposed to follow it. Okay, right. So let us go to topic number 2. Okay, topic number 2. Yes, my dear. Topic number 2 is what? NRV, net realizable value. In net realizable value, yes, with respect to FG. Easy, straight, simple. What is the FG, sir? FG is equal to selling price, correct na? Minus selling cost. That's all. Selling price minus selling cost. Done. This is what? NRV. NRV of what, sir? NRV of finished goods. NRV of finished goods. Okay, what about WIP, sir? See, WIP cost I can calculate. NRV, na? How can you calculate, my dear? Correct. Who will purchase here half manufactured or semi manufactured goods? Nobody will buy. Correct, na? Nobody will buy actually. That's the reason. That is the reason. What do we take? We'll take selling price of FG. We'll take first. FG. Remember this. Okay. Minus selling cost. We'll cut it. Okay. But see, my dear, E number will come to you when you complete it and sell FG. Agree? When you completed a sell FG, that time it will come. Otherwise, it will not come. So, but to get this, you cannot get this so easily. That's why what do you do? Cost to complete. Correct, na? Cost to complete. So, still I am supposed to spend some more money. Okay, excellent. This is what the cost of not cost. NRV of WIP. Correct? NRV of WIP, we will take it. That is the matter. Next, with respect to raw material. Okay, this is with respect to raw material. Yeah, with respect to raw material, when I say, right, see, even though they told cost or NRV, whichever is lower, but our rule is not applicable with respect to RM. Yeah, even though overall they told cost or NRV, whichever is lower, right, here it is not cost or NRV, whichever is lower. No, E rule is not applicable. E rule is not applicable with respect to RM. Raw material ko E line is not applicable. E line is not applicable. Why is not applicable? Because we are not sellers of raw material. We are not sellers of raw material. Do you agree? Correct, na? Are we sellers of raw material? No, we are. Correct, na? We are always buyers. We are always buyers of raw material. Correct, now we are always buyers of raw material. That's why, what is the rate in the market? Why will I bother? Am I going to market and sell the raw material and come back? No. So as far as you are not going to market and come, correct, now as far as you are not going to market and you are correct, na? Then why should I bother about it? Why should I bother about it? Right. So how do we sell? How do you get realization? Yeah, we realize. Why? How do you realize, sir? We realize by making FG. Correct, na? By making FG and selling the same. Yeah, and we are making FG and you are going to sell the same. That's how you are going to make. That's how you are going to get the money from the raw material. Okay, right. So now what do you do exactly? What do we do, sir? What do we do? We'll ask. Yeah, first you have to find out FG ka cost. Cost of FG you have to calculate. Okay, some number you have to calculate. Done. And NRV of FG you have to, correct, na? Yeah, FG, NRV of FG. Getting my point? Selling price of FG, that's all sufficient. Right, we should ask first. Is selling price of FG greater than or equal to cost of FG? Now, first you should ask a question. Yes. For this question, what is your answer? Suppose my cost of FG is equal to 100. Selling price of FG, situation number 1, selling price is equal to 120. Yes. Is it greater? Yes, it is greater, sir. That means cost is equal to 100 means 100 includes even raw material cost also, right? Correct. Are you able to get back by selling the FG? Yes, because I am selling the FG for profit. When you are selling FG for profit means you are getting cost plus profit also you are getting. You are not losing anything. Right? Then why should I look at a market mein raw material value is down or up? Why should I bother first of all? Correct, na? So that's why what do we say? Measure raw material at cost only. At cost only you measure it. Correct. I don't need to bother about it. Right? No, sir, it is no. No in the sense second situation. Second situation is equal to say 80 rupees ko we are selling for 80, sir. We are selling for 80. Okay, understandable. Yeah, if you are selling for 80, correct. Then, but still, even though it is getting sold at 80, am I there to go there and am I there to go to market to sell it for 80? No. I am a buyer always. I buy, make FG will be sold. That's why I don't care about NRV at any cost. That's why what do you do? That's why you use the replacement cost. Replacement cost means, correct na? Yeah, one item is sitting in the godown. One item is sitting in the godown. What is the worth of it? Maybe I must have bought this for 100, but today market may rate is how much? The market may today rate is equal to hardly 80, sir. Okay, excellent. Correct. I should go to market and bring it here. It will cost you how much? 82 it will cost, sir. That is what replacement cost. Market rate 80 plus transportation, etc. Because e-bottle is already in the godown. If you want to bring a new bottle, it's not 80 plus transportation, other taxes and etc, etc, you have to bear it. It will be 82. Use the replacement cost. If the selling price of FG is lower than the cost of FG, if you are not able to recover the total cost, then you should go to replacement cost. This is the matter. That's the perfect information. Have you understood, my dear, all of you? Hope you followed me, right? Cost or NRV, whichever is lower, I said. Correct na? Cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Yeah. See, lower means how are you supposed to check? Individually, you have to check, my dear. Individually. Individually, you are supposed to, individually only you are supposed to check. In the sense what? You should not group all items. You should not group. Correct now? I mean, suppose you have A item, you have B item, you have C item. A separate, B separate, C separate, you have to test. Not like I'll club it, sir, I'll club it and check. No, club it, check, obviously it will come wrong answer. You are not supposed to do it. Grouping, not correct way. You have to do it individually, one by one you are supposed to verify. Okay, this is what topic number 3. Individually A, B, C, A separate, B separate, C separate, cost or NRV whichever is lower, cost or NRV whichever is lower. Okay na? But not supposed to be grouped it. Got it? Right. That is one. That is about our standard, accounting standard 2 inventories. Got it? Right. Chalo. Let's go to let us go to accounting standard 3. Accounting standard 3, cash flow statement. Yes, cash flow statement. Okay. It is accounting standard 3, cash flow statement. We have another 20 minutes approximately. We'll be able to comfortably complete, because cash flow statement is not very major thing. Correct na? Because some sums will be for 5 marks. Yes, for 5 marks, 4 marks sums also. Nowadays 5 marks, 4 marks sums only are coming. Not for 12 marks, 16 marks sums. Earlier 12, 16 marks questions used to come, but now they are asking only part only. Either financing activity, investing activity, operating activity, only some part they are picking and testing you. Correct? So better you need to have knowledge. Any part they can ask you. Cash flow statement. Yes, that is flow. Flow, correct. Now flow means either positive, negative. It's flow of cash. Only cash, no, not cash only. Cash equivalents, correct na? Cash equivalents also. Yeah, cash and cash equivalents. Yes, what do you mean by cash? Cash means physical cash. Yeah, cash means cash at a bank. Correct? Cash means cash in hand, cash at a bank, and demand deposits also. Demand deposits. Yes, even demand deposits are also part and parcel. Okay, what about the cash equivalents, sir? What are cash equivalents? Basically, right? Cash equivalent means what? There are 2 conditions to it. When do you say it is a cash equivalent? When you satisfy 2 conditions. Correct na? When you satisfy 2 conditions, then only, yeah, someone said marketable securities. That is dangerous actually. It may not be cash equivalent. Why? I'll tell you. You have to satisfy 2 conditions, my dear. You have to satisfy both the conditions. Yeah, first condition. First condition, what it says? It says short term. Short term highly liquidable assets. Short term highly liquidable assets. Okay, short term highly liquidable assets. Highly liquidable in the sense easily convertible. Yes, easily convertible. easily convertible into cash. Yes, easily convertible into cash. Short term. What is short term? Short term means, yes, maximum 3 months. Yeah, maximum 3 months is the time for this. Agree? Perfect. Short term, highly liquidable assets, easily convertible into cash. Excellent. Next, what about second one, sir? Second one should be what? Insignificant loss. Insignificant change in value. Yeah, insignificant change in value. Yeah, on conversion. Insignificant change in value on conversion. That is what very much required. Correct na? How much loss should be? How much should be the change? Value change? Insignificant. Correct na? That's why suppose if you invest into equity shares, invest into equity shares. Yeah, invest into equity shares of the company. Investment into equity shares of the company. Is it cash equivalent? It is, yes, you can sell it, highly liquidable. Whenever you want, you can sell it. But God only knows, correct? God only knows what will be the, correct? Where it will be done, right? So it is not cash equivalent. Obviously, it is not cash equivalent, right? Next, right? Investment in debentures, sir. This also we cannot say. Whenever you sell it, you never know. Debenture value also fluctuates. Maybe lower fluctuation will be there, but it is not. Getting my point? Yeah. Sir, can I say gold is cash equivalent? Gold is not cash equivalent. Not at all. Okay, na? Which ones are? Which ones are? Again, you said 3 months, na? 3 months from which date? 3 months from balance sheet data? 3 months from balance sheet data? No, no, my dear. 3 months is not from the balance sheet. Okay, 3 months is from the date of acquisition. From the date of acquisition, DOA I am writing. From the date of purchase to, suppose sir, fixed deposit I have taken. Fixed deposit. Yeah, fixed deposit with 3 months maturity. Yes, 3 months maturity. Is it cash equivalent? Yes, it is cash equivalent. Sir, fixed deposit, sir. Fixed deposit, sir, with 12 months maturity, sir. 12 months maturity. So sorry, my dear, it is not cash equivalent. Okay, sir, then where do you show fixed deposits, sir? FD. Where do you show? My dear, schedule 3 balance sheet format you have seen, na? One first line, what you will say? Cash and cash equivalent will show, right? Next, other bank balances, correct? Na? Balances other than cash and cash equivalent. Next line item is other under current assets में correct ना, cash and cash equivalent, other balances other than cash and cash equivalent. Here ఈ 12 months deposit wala should come. Okay, 12 months deposit wala should come, not anywhere else. Getting my point? Yeah. Suppose we bought either debenture or preference share capital just 3 months before maturity. Yeah, just 3 months before maturity. Okay, just 3 months before maturity. Then I will say it is cash equivalent. Otherwise, sorry, if you say marketable securities, means which marketable? Like say government securities. Government India securities. Correct na? Yeah. Which are going to be like 3 months, 4 months. Such things only available. But not like 5 years bond I purchased, or government of India bond. Sorry, you cannot take that kind of instruments. So keep the conditions, both the conditions in mind to conclude whether it is a cash equivalent. Got my point? Yes. Next, when I say cash equivalent, cash flow statement mein what will come? What will come means only cash transactions or only cash activities. Yes, only cash activities are going to be presented. Yeah, sir, what about non-cash? Non-cash items, no, we don't present it. Yeah, but if non-cash item is material, sir, non-cash item is material, disclose anywhere, that's all. Disclose anywhere in the financial statements, you disclose it, but not immediately below the cash flow statement, so not necessary. Somewhere, anywhere in the financial statement, you can disclose it. E-cash activities, as you are aware, it is divided into correct na? It is divided into what you say, operating, agree? Yes, operating. Next one is investing. Yeah, that next one is financing. Operating, investing, financing activities we have divided into three. Yeah, what is investing? What is investing? Investment means acquisition or sale. Sale of what, sir? Sale of PPE, correct na? Or intangible assets. Yes, yes. And investments. Yeah, and investments will be part and parcel. Acquisition, that is purchase, and sale, both will come here. That's all. Not only that's all, plus investment income. Plus investment income also is going to come up. Investment income. What is investment income, sir? Yeah, your investment income is your dividend income, dividend income, and interest income. Dividend interest income will come here, right? Next, financing, sir. What about financing activity? Financing in the sense, my dear, financing in the sense funding, basically. Yeah, that is funding activity. Okay, funding activity. It is funding activity. Okay, that means which will affect the capital structure. Which will affect capital structure. What is that, sir? Yeah, one equity share capital, correct na? Yeah, even rental income also, agreed. Rental income. Rental income from investment property. There is one word called rental income from investment property. Investment property in the sense, investment property. Investment property in the sense what, my dear? It is land and building which is rented out. Yeah. Then land and building is called as investment, and this income from the rental income also investment property only. Okay, right. Next, equity share capital. Equity share capital issue or buyback. Yes, both are going to be my financing activities, right? Not only that, preference share capital and even debentures, correct na? Even loans, right? Public deposits. Yes, all these things are financing activity. That's all, sir. Not only that's all, the finance cost also. Finance cost also. Yes. Yeah. Buyback placement, what you call? You can call it as redemption. You can call. Correct na? Or repayment you call. Repayment you can call. Any words you can use it. That's not an issue at all. Yes, my dear. Finance cost. What is finance cost, sir? If you have issued equity shares, means yes, that may be, it may be an interim dividend. Yes, it may be an interim dividend. Yeah, it may be a final dividend. Yes, correct na? It may be debenture interest what you pay. Yeah, or it may be a preference dividend. Correct, a preference share capital. So preference dividend also you must have paid. Yes, this is all finance cost. This is all finance cost. Hope you understood. Next, sir, what is operating? Correct. Now, what is operating activity? Operating activity. Operating activity, I say day-to-day routine business. Day-to-day routine business. Yes, our business activity. That's all. Not that's all. Plus residuary activity. Residuary. Yeah, residuary activity. Residuary activity means, what do you mean by residuary? First you should check, is it investing? No, sir. Then check, is it financing? No, sir. If it is neither investing nor financing, then it is obviously operating. That's all. Neither investing nor financing, then it is operating activity. Getting my point? Yeah, that is what we say. Neither investing, neither investing or nor operating. Neither investing or nor operating. Got it? Right. So example. Example. What is that? Insurance claim. Yeah, insurance claim on loss of what? On loss of stock. Insurance claim on loss of stock. Operating, you have to keep it. because this is not investing, this is not financing. Getting my point? Yes. Next points. Suppose among loans and advances. Loans and advances given. Okay. Loans and advances given. Correct. Na? By whom, sir? First question. By whom? You should ask. Yeah. By whom means that it is a banker, sir. Bank or financial institution, I would like to say. Bank or financial institution. Correct. Na? Right. Bank. Yeah, tell me, what is this called? Is it operating activity or is it finance? Is it investment activity? Loans and advances given, not taken. Tell me, my dear, what do you say? Yes, my dear. This is operating. Excellent. If it is a banker, it is operating. If it is other than, okay, na? If it is other than financial institution, got it? If it is other than financial institution, what do you say? Yeah, then it is investing activity. Yeah, see, loans and advance given is like an investment which you get, right? The loans and advance given, not taken. Okay, if you have taken, that is a financing activity. If it is given, it is investing activity. Right, investing, my dear. Got it? Yeah. Suppose, sir, loans and advance I gave, sir. Okay, fine, excellent. But we got interest. The loans and advance given to whom, sir? It is given to employees, sir. It is given to employees. Okay, it is given to employee. Yeah, if it is given to employee, then it is which activity? Operating a interest received. Interest is received. Yeah, we gave loan means they will pay me interest, na? Correct. So, what do you say? Is it operating activity or is it investing or is it financing? It is operating activity. Okay, na? Yeah. Interest is received from supplier. We gave an advance given to supplier. That guy gave me, correct na? Supplier gave me money. This is also operating activity. Okay. Yeah, that is better to follow this approach. Agree? Next point, what do you say? Income tax. Income tax, if no information given. Okay, if no information is given. Yeah, what do you say? If no information is given, it is operating activity. That's it. Straight away operating activity. Right. Unless specifically given, specifically mentioned. Yes, specifically. If you say this is a capital gain taxation. Okay, capital gain means you must have sold some fixed asset. Then specifically known to us. When it is specifically known to us, then put it in the rest, right? Then it is okay, investing activity, or it can be financing activity. When you know specific information, then we'll put it under respective activity. Otherwise, income tax generally, in the absence of any specific information, my dear, it's going to be treated as operating. It is going to be treated as operating activity, but not investing or financing. Got it? Next, extraordinary or exceptional. Extraordinary or exceptional. What should I do, sir? Yeah, this you have to present it separately. Yeah, you have to present separately. Yes, separately present it. Yeah, as a last line item. Yeah, as a last item, you disclose it. Correct? Now you present it. E items, it can be positive, or E items will be negative. Correct? Na? E extraordinary. Present separately, sir, under which activity? The respective activity, that's it. Respective activity. Yeah, respective activity in the sense what, sir? It can be operating, it can be financing, it can be investing, it can be anything. Yeah, correct. Na? Say I said insurance claim. Yes, insurance claim. Insurance claim on stock. It is operating activity. Agreed. Same insurance claim on loss of PPE. I lost PPE, that's why insurance company gave me money. Yes, then it is investing activity. Understand? Something like that. If you know, with respect to specific extraordinary, with respect to financing, extraordinary will not happen generally. Okay, but anything, if it happens which is extraordinary, then present it separately under the respective head may you present it. Got it? Next point, next important point, investing activity and financing activity. Right, you should not net off, you shouldn't set off, net off, all are same. You whatever you want to write, you write it. Means what? Say example, you bought PPE for 100 rupees minus. Sir, we sold PPE. Okay, you sold PPE, I got 80 rupees. You should show like this, separately you should show it. Got it? Sir, no, I will show it as net is equal to 20 rupees outflow, sir. No, this is wrong presentation, not accepted. Correct? Yeah, for OA, for operating activity, yes, set off is permitted. Set off of similar transactions, correct? Na? Similar transactions, yes, permitted. This is permitted, but not for investing and financing activity. No, it is not permitted. You have to show, you have to disclose it. Separate only you are supposed to disclose it. Next, foreign currency. Okay, foreign currency transactions. Yeah, foreign currency transactions. Yes, my dear. When I say foreign currency transactions, what are you supposed to do? You don't need to refer accounting standard 11 here. Yeah, foreign currency transaction for the purpose of cash flow statement, you have to refer accounting standard 3 only. Yeah. What are we supposed to do? You take the rate on the date of realization. Yeah, rate on the date of realization has to be taken, my dear, but not rate on the date of transaction. No, transaction date rate, no, not accepted. Is it clear? Right. Receipt, realization, which day came? Yeah, say I sold goods on 1st January, wherein $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Okay, we received money. Yes, we received money. Which day you received money? Sir, 31st January I got it. That day it is equal to 69. Is 69 only you are supposed to take it for CFS. What is that? Cash flow statement purpose. You are supposed to take 69 but not E70. No, you shouldn't take it. We talk about cash flow. Cash is what? Correct, na? Next. Yeah, investment in subsidiary. Yes, investment in subsidiary. Yeah, investment in subsidiary. Name itself is telling that is investment activity. Correct, na? We don't need to say separately. It is investment activity. Got my point? Yeah, that means what, sir? That means we bought equity shares of subsidiary. That is only investing activity. We bought debentures of subsidiary. Yeah, that is also investing activity. Correct, na? Yeah, we received dividend or interest from subsidiary. Yes, that is also investing activity only. That's it, my dear. These are all the very important concepts which I thought of revising, and we could do it. Right? We have completed 3 small standards. Correct, na? We'll come back, and first I will enter into accounting standard 12. Correct? Let's see, and we'll go to accounting standard 10 as well today, I told you. Then tomorrow we'll do 11 and 16. I will cover it and will complete perfectly all the standards. Right? See you at 7:30, 7:30, 7:35, somewhere around. Okay, na? Right. 7:35, you take it. Around 7:35, I'll be logged in. Right. See you, my dear.